Good morning. I hope it's still good morning. I'm having some major problems with the internet at the moment, so just apologies for that. One reason why I'm not doing lives and that kind of stuff, just because the internet is so poor, even though the router is just down there. I had it on a few Zoom calls recently where people would just freeze and it takes a while for it to come back. Nonetheless, I'm here, so I'm going to record this, upload it. Hopefully it's still nearly morning. If not, it's still the weekend, so hope you have a good weekend anyway. And that's what I want to focus on today. I want to focus on routine and weekend, and why it's so important to make sure that your routine stays. I have mentioned it before, and I will continue to mention it throughout this process, and in many videos I do. And if you saw the Supercharged Sleep, you'll know that within that I mention that changing routine can be quite detrimental. It can throw you off, and it can wobble the center line that you're at. With sleep, for example, if through the week you're going to bed at 10, 11, say 11, going to bed at 11, waking up at 6, you have a 7-hour window there. Then at the weekend you don't go to bed until 12, or you start going to bed at 10 and waking up at 9, your routine's thrown. You then can't sort of adjust in time. You might even find that you're more energetic, so you can do more, or you might be sleepier, and therefore the Monday then comes and it's even more of a struggle to get up because it's a lot shorter time that you're sleeping. So that's one reason why we want to keep everything the same. When you wake up through the week, that's the time that you want to wake up at the weekends. Not saying that this needs to be absolutely on the money every single time. No reason why you can't use your half an hour tech time to maybe journal in bed before you wake up, or just to look out the window, open the curtains and look out the window and just have some no tech, no phone, no nothing time. It's really important for your mind and clarity. But it needs to be roughly the same kind of time. Maybe we can have one day a week where you don't set an alarm. You'll find that if you have a good enough routine, you'll wake up at normal time anyway. You almost don't need an alarm. Have you ever had a moment where you know you need to be up, you've not set an alarm, or your alarm, you beat your alarm awake, and you're like, how does that happen? Because it's routine. You know that you're getting up at this kind of time, and your body clock kind of just figures itself out. And it's routine that I want to focus on, and the weekend, like I say. And it's these points that are going to set you apart and going to get you to your goals quicker than not. When we think about working, most people will think 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. That's kind of just a generic standard. I know it's very different for different industries, whether you're dealing with business in America, New Zealand, Indonesia, whether you own your own business, whether you work in hospitality, retail. I've been there, done that in many different time zones and job industries, so I understand how it can waver. But generally speaking, through the week is work time, and we have a fixed time that we need to be in places, and we have a fixed time that we can go home, and routine is built around that. When Saturday comes, things switch off, generally speaking, or days off. That's when routine goes completely out the window. That's when you find yourself procrastinating, doing tasks that you shouldn't be doing. Even before this video, I'm thinking, I need some bread, I need some milk, I've also got to go to the gym, so if I'm going to go out, maybe I'm going to do all three at once. Where does the video get done? The video needs to be done first. All these tasks that you really know you should be doing should be being done first, so therefore you can then take that time and sort of have that feeling of success and win through the day and through the week. That's one reason why we do the Feel Good Friday check-ins, is that anything possible to just generate momentum and build wins up helps you to stay on track and helps you to try and stay focused. And it's at these points, like I say, these weekends, if we think back to last lockdown, for 4 to maybe 8 weeks at times, everybody thought we were on a party. Everybody thought it was a holiday. Routine, everything just completely disappeared. Everything was closed down. It's very difficult in these times that if you accidentally go with it, it's very hard to claw it back. It's very hard to come back to where you were, which is why we want to try and reset the default. Your default needs to come from here, and it's very easy for me because I've got lines on my camera screen. Go from here to here, right? Sometimes they were down here. We want to bring them up so that you're walking more, that your calories are there, you're drinking water, you're making sure that when we're eating lots of vegetables, becoming fuller on a micro level and a macro level. So these defaults are your defaults. They will be different for everybody. My defaults are different to yours, etc., etc. Your partners, your children, your grandparents, your parents, whatever. Within these defaults, you will then have rules for yourself. And that's what this whole process is for, is kind of generating little mini rules for yourself that enable you to stick to tasks. So maybe walking seems a bit of a struggle. Mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. It's very easy when you're walking to destinations. It's very easy to walk because you're going to a fixed place rather than just going out for a walk. But maybe your rule is that you walk to a place, you go to a place to explore, or you park the car far away and you walk to a destination and then you walk back. Maybe one of your rules for yourself is parking on the other side of the supermarket so that you know you're going to have even more steps walking in and more steps walking back. An interesting point as well is, I used to do it when I had the meal prep business, is you place a trolley in the middle of the supermarket and you basically satellite the trolley. So you walk out, you collect your shopping, you walk back, you put your stuff in the trolley, then you go and get the next thing. So it's more steps. That's a mini rule. Maybe a rule is, I'm going to drink a litre of water before 10 o'clock. Maybe your rule is, I'm not going to eat after 8 o'clock. Maybe your rule is, I'm not going to eat before 12 o'clock. These are the things that help you develop your day and your routine. Maybe you've got some big meetings. Maybe you like to work out in the morning. Therefore, your rule may not work with not eating before 12. These rules build up your routines, right? So if we think about work, the mini rule is that you need to be at work at 9 and you finish at 5. The other mini rules is that you have a lunch break at 1 or 12, whatever. But these rules help you to stay on track. I know we're not commuting necessarily at the moment, but when that potentially goes back, maybe it's a train stop earlier, maybe it's a train stop later, increase your steps. Maybe one of my nutrition goals, for example, for this 90-day period, which is ending in end of March, was to not eat sugar in the first 3 ingredients. Did I succeed? No, but I tried. Well, trying is a bit of a bullshit thing, to be fair, because if you try and pick a pen on a desk, if I try and pick it up, I don't actually ever pick it up. I either don't pick it up or I do pick it up. Interesting analogy there. So I wasn't eating sugar in the first 3 ingredients. It then is easy for me to turn the pack over and go, sugar? No, okay, I'm not having that. That's a rule for myself. No matter what I thought about it, that was my rule. So don't have it, Johnny. And it's little things like that. That's why some of these diets work for a short period of time. Because, so Zuzu and I had pasta last night, for example. So it's easy to overeat pasta. They're carbs. So when a diet comes in, it removes carbs. You end up losing weight because you're not eating sweets, you're not eating bread, you're not eating pasta, all these things that are very easy to overeat. How many times did you go and buy a fresh loaf of bread, cut 2 slices, finger slices, and think that it was okay? Think that it was good, even though maybe someone's told you that eating breakfast is good. Is it? Does it send you over your calorie limit? Does it fit your routine? Does it fit your mini rules? Is it leading you to your goal? Do you know that you eat in the evening? Do you know that you're more prone to eat in the evening? Well, okay, well, don't eat breakfast. Mini rule. Another mini rule, don't ever eat when the television's on, because you become mindless and it's just very easy to lean in. How many times have you gone to the cinema and the popcorn and the sweets and the drink is finished and is over before the trailers, before the movie even starts, it's gone, right? Because it's just mindless. So these diets work because it cuts certain things out. It creates a rule for yourself. Sometimes they don't work because it removes the level of understanding of why you're doing something. Like a mini rule could be drink a glass of water before you eat. Therefore you're going to eat less and your portion size will be less. But without tracking calories, it's a bit difficult to know, and I like to know all that kind of data so that we know where we're at, rather than just this guesswork. Didn't you lose weight? I don't know. Did you track? No? Okay, well, how am I supposed to know? How are you supposed to know where we're at? So going back to the bread, these 2 slices of bread, nicely cut. Maybe it's sourdough. Maybe it works out about 300 calories before you put butter or jam on it. And this isn't to demonize bread, this isn't to demonize butter or jam. It's just an awareness of there are better choices out there. Some things are very easy to eat. Oats, for example, mega easy to eat. You can end up putting loads of calories within it, and you don't even need to chew it. That's why chewing food helps you to stay full, because it's kind of that level of process. Understanding that doing 20 minutes of, pardon my French, fucking hard work is like 300 calories burned, generally speaking, depending on how much muscle mass you have. So like your output is different depending on where your muscle levels are and how strong you are and how heavy you are. But that 300 calories that you burn is 4 biscuits, 2 slices of bread, a couple of packets of crisps. And so the reason why I wanted to bring all these things up is because your routine can be helped develop by your defaults that you create for yourself and these rules that you create for yourself. And they are rules that you need to create for yourself. I can help for sure, 100%. Fire some things across to me after this video, when you've watched it, maybe comment, send me a WhatsApp, whatever. And I can help to sort of carve out some mini rules for yourself. But to try and keep more of a routine will help you no end, I'm telling you now, from experience. I don't have a place of work. This is my office, this is where I come to work. Sometimes I come in here and I stare at the screen, looking and wondering what to do in terms of like content creation. I have like sort of writer's block. But actually my routine needs to be a little bit different. I've learned that a lot this week. By not planning my days so much, I'm a bit more off track than where I thought, and it plays with your head. Wonder what's going on. There are certain things that I have as a non-negotiable: steps, being active, the gym, calories, eating well. Just placing these things into your day, plug and play almost, just will help. Zuzu and I love at the moment intermittent fasting, so we're not eating before 12, maybe having a little coffee or a tea, generally some water, maybe a couple of bits of fruit. It's not proper intermittent fasting, but it helps us to stop having bread and sort of heavier things to sort of ruin our calories. We're just delaying our calories until the evening and the afternoon, because that's when we want them. Anyway, hope that helped. Little takeaways: try to keep it to a routine as much as you possibly can, especially over the weekend. It will help you. Having a routine and having things planned out will also help. It will help to sort of strategize your mind and enable things to just be done sort of sequentially and in order of importance. Okay. Also create mini rules for yourself. That helps to create your default levels. What do you do when no one's watching? What do you do when you've had a bad day? Are you still doing your 10,000 steps? Are you still going and having a little workout? Are you still tracking your calories? Without all these things, how are we going to know what the next step is for you to take? Anyway, have a wonderful weekend. Hope this goes up on Saturday. If not, apologies. Any questions, as always, please fire them across. Even if I don't know the answer, I will strive to find the answer. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.